I have just a very simple assignment. My assignment is to give us some sort of clarity and also challenge our mind today. So I'll be talking to us on you, AI, and everything in between. So permit me, because I'm going to be quoting Stewart and Mr. a whole lot in our conversation. Okay, so if you listen carefully, there is actually one thing that you could pick out, is the fact that execution is actually automated, or is being automated at a very fast rate using AI. But the truth is, real growth will still require human intelligence. That's one. Number two is that if you focus on just like what Ini said, I mentioned I'm going to be quoting them a whole lot. You will understand that if you decide to focus on the tools, maybe of course I can prompt now, so if you focus on the tools, one thing is going to happen. You're positioning yourself in a place where instead of using AI to amplify your knowledge and intelligence, you're literally subjecting yourself to a position where it looks as if the AI is actually more intelligent than you are. It's important I mentioned that I was here last year, and I want to give you a very quick picture as to how much AI is changing. I was here last year, I spoke on AI, and I remember very well mentioning to you that AI will not take the job of those who knows how to take AI. That was 1 year ago. But I'm here now, just 1 year later, to tell you I lied. Yes, it's true. AI will also take the jobs of those who knows how to use AI. And you'll find out, if you paid attention to what Ini was saying, you understand where I'm going to. So very quick. Prompting is the king. So if AI is the bow and arrow, prompting is going to be the archer. But let me say this very quickly. Stewart said something about data. And of course, data is at the soul of AI. There'll be no such thing as AI without data. So what it also means is that if you want to be able to prompt very well, beyond just rushing to tell AI, do this, you must learn how to also educate your AI. Someone said something about a curriculum for autistic kids, 4-year-old. You could actually most times take your time and decide to educate your AI. Talk about the challenges that the autistic children that you are working with, because the truth about it is the education structure for autistic children in the US is different from what is obtainable in Nigeria or where you are. So it's important that you can spend some time, educate your AI, give it some sort of information, then you can go ahead and prompt. So that way, whatever you're getting is tailored to you, right? So prompting, for now, is the soul of AI. You have to be able to know how to prompt. I don't know what's going to happen a year from now, right? Let's move on. That's a very vague prompt there, right, about climate change. Very, very vague. It's going to give you a vague response. The idea of garbage in, garbage out is true as well. So whatever you're giving, you should expect. If you give a vague prompt, you should expect a vague response. And then you have an engineered prompt there, all right? Act as a science journalist, write a 500-word article for a general audience, blah, 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 and all of that. So you're trying to make sure that you can be able to get the right kind of response. Let me also mention very quickly that I want you, as we progress in this conversation, I want to be able to help you move away a little bit from the noise. Let me ask you a very honest question. A couple of years ago, most of you were in rooms like this, events like this, where they were talking about crypto and blockchain. How many of us, please just wave your hand? Crypto, blockchain. I'll be glad if you keep your hands raised. I want to just show us something. It won't just take a few seconds. How many of you are still in that space actively now? Leave your hands. So here is the idea. That for every new thing coming into the technology space each time, there is going to be this kind of noise. And you're going to hear people say a whole lot of things. And there's what we call FOMO. It's called fear of missing out. So a lot of persons rushed into cryptocurrency, blockchain, they created wallets, attended seminars, but today you're not there. But I hope you observe that what happened over the years is that the real guys are now the ones driving those conversations, making the real money, building systems, building businesses along those spaces. And so that's the idea that for this type of conversation, by the time you leave here, you should be able to separate yourself from those who are just making noise about AI and focus on how you're going to use it. So, I talked about this as well, so I wouldn't waste time there. He used craft, so I called it the anatomy of prompt, okay, the different components of prompt. So please move forward. Keep going. All right, so find the AI for you. Find the AI for you. And I just picked out a few things: business, career, productivity, learning, and all. So you have to make that decision as fast as possible. What am I currently doing? And what do I need AI for? So you need to be able to find that AI for you. As a business person, are you sure that what you should be doing as the CEO of a business should be generating pictures, generating images? Are you really sure that that's what you're supposed to be doing? Or don't you think that probably as CEO of a business, you're supposed to focus more on using AI on drafting strategies on how to grow your business? Are you sure that your job is actually to use AI to create one video you just want to be excited about? So you need to be able to find that AI for you. Okay, if whatever your career is, as we proceed, I'm going to tell you something about that. Whatever your career currently is, AI is coming, is there, but it's also coming very, very, very fast. Very, very fast. So you need to be able to find out, what am I actually using AI for? There is this idea about making money with AI, which we're going to look at later. I'll just give us 4 areas, and it will help you be able, like I said, my job is to be able to help you as wide as the space is. You can be able to say, this is where I should be going to. If you get that clarity, you will not be consumed by this noise. If you are paying attention, you notice that there were a couple of people, they started making some videos where they can carry a whole cow, full cow, and put it inside a pot, trying to cook it and all of that. You don't see most of those videos anymore. Those platforms have monetized it. They've gotten most of the data they needed. They've piloted. Everything is stable. Now they've actually monetized it. All right. So you have to be able to find out, as per my career, how will AI come in? What can I do? There is something more important I will show you very soon. The same thing about productivity. See, here is one thing that most of us are not paying attention to. I made a post a couple of days ago somewhere, and I said that if you're doing a 9-to-5 job that requires you to be maybe a secretary and all those kind of stuff, and you're still doing them through 9 to 5, like you're still very busy 9 to 5, and you still have to take some job home, there is a problem. What you're doing for 12 hours now, you should be able to do them in 2-3 hours. The reason is because you're following the noise. You're not paying attention to say, I know these things are coming. How does it actually affect me? How can I leverage AI as per what I'm currently doing? So let's take, for example, someone who's a researcher. Should I just get excited about ChatGPT alone? I will try to find about platforms like Perplexity and find out that, oh, this one really affects me. I can be able to do stuff. It can be able to give me references and all of those things. Productivity. Another thing is about learning. And I'm going to combine this. I'm going to separate this into 2 parts. I'm going to advise you to, if you really want to get good, just like he talked about the AI technology, give yourself some time. A month is fine, maybe 2, and just tell yourself, I want to learn AI technology. You have to learn. You have to be extremely very intelligent to be able to get the best of what is coming. You have to go back, sit down, and learn. This is not going to be about tools. I'm telling you, if I'm happy that most of you use Lovable today. They are making updates like no man's business. The updates are crazy. These are updates that would have taken a platform 3 months, 4 months to make. You wake up tomorrow morning, they've made a new update. Wake up tomorrow morning, they've made a new update, just like that. So you need to be able to sit down and learn. You can use those tools for research first. Funny thing is, you can use those tools to guide you how to use them. That's the most interesting part. You must be able to put yourself together like that to learn. All right. People want to learn stuff, and most of you actually, you have certain knowledge that you like to share. Yeah. So you could actually leverage AI, but like I said earlier on, execution is now being automated. But you see real growth, that's where the problem will be. For example, let me show you something. When he was speaking, he asked, let's do a prompt. And then he said, a web developer, take note of it. Number 2, he said UI UX designer. Number 3, he said PROD. Now here is the problem. How would you even be able to prompt like that if you don't know what a PROD is? I was expecting that to be the first question somebody would have asked him. Hold on a bit, sir. What exactly does PROD mean? So the idea is you can't actually be able to do stuff in the accounting space if you don't understand certain things about the accounting industry. And AI can actually, again, help you learn those things. You must be willing to learn. You must be willing to learn. You can't just say AI is there, so there is a court case. Let me take it to AI, let them interpret. There are still terms that you might still need to understand what is going on. So there is money in AI, yeah? So I broke it down into 4 again. Number 1 is AI as a skill. So there are those, especially in this early era, that all they are going to do is, oh, I can teach you how to build a website using AI. I can teach you how to create a video. We had cohort 2 of our prompt engineering training. And I think a particular group or 2, they were given a task to create a jingle for a particular real estate brand here in Port Harcourt. You need to hear that jingle. It's amazing. You probably might not believe that it was done using AI, right? So the idea is that you will have those. So there'll be those that will be able to make money using AI skills. Okay, let me do this website for you as fast as possible. Let me help you regenerate your image, make your image better, and all of those. Let me teach you how to use 15 AI tools in the next 15 days and all of that. So you have, that's one category. If that's you, I'm just showing you what can happen. But here is the thing. If you're actually following that path, you have to be able to master marketing. You have to be able to understand sales. You need to be able to do your numbers, because you're just not going to grow because 10 persons paid 2,000 naira to you on seller, 20,000 naira. Is it really worth your time? If you're doing that training for 5 days, divide 20,000 by 5. So that means while you have that AI skill that you feel like I can market it, there'll be need for you to learn and understand marketing, learn and understand sales, learn and understand partnerships to be able to drive such initiative to make money with your skill. Number 2 is AI as a business. AI as a business. So we have those who are building AI tools. So that's like AI as a business. There are those setting up AI consulting institute. There are those setting up AI academy. So that's AI as a business. So they are going to be able to create businesses around AI, and then of course grow it over time. But let me mention this very quickly. If you're going to find yourself in that space, the thing is, if you're setting up a business, you say, okay, I'm into this AI business thing, please, by all means, set it up in such a way that you can scale and also pivot as fast as possible. There is a reason why brands like Google of this world, Microsoft of this world, of course, X, and all of that. There's a reason why up till now you can see them still very much. They are changing, they are, moving as the stuff is coming, is because they built their business to be able to, accommodate whatever change that is coming. So while you're doing it, don't get carried away with the little successes you might actually experience. Make sure that you build the business in such a way that you can always adapt to the changes that will be coming. The next few years is going to be very interesting. It's coming, and it's coming very, very, very fast. Most persons don't understand it. The third thing is AI for business. AI for business. So you can actually set up yourself in such a way that you want to be able to help businesses actually do stuff. And let me say this very clear. When we say businesses can do certain things, they can build their website and all of that, it depends on the level of your business. There are businesses that their owners don't even have that time. They've grown to that level. Their problem is not to spend 3 minutes. So they don't get excited that they can spend 3 minutes to build a website. They don't even, they have solid structure that they don't even know the people working in their IT team. They've grown past that level. So you can actually focus on AI for business. Real estate companies, what do you think they need? How do you think AI can help them? All right. Fashion brands, how do you think AI can help them? Okay. The people playing in the food industry, people playing in the hospitality industry, hotels and all of that. So now people are creating tools to help such businesses. People are also providing services to help such businesses. Then the fourth thing I mentioned there is AI as an investment option. All right. These are like for the big guys that actually want to gain so much from AI. What they do now is that they join what we call venture capitalist firms or join angel investor networks, and they look out for people who are building AI tools with good tractions, with solid value proposition, with good marketing strategy, and a team we can trust. And they decide to invest in such AI products or startups. All right. So those of you that want to, of course, it's a whole lot of money, but it serves as an investment too. Please take me to my next slide. All right. So this is me taking you slightly to what I think the next 12 months will look like. And just stay with me on this. I do not like vague predictions, right? I like bringing predictions to following history and then what you can understand. Now, you see, where we are now, somehow, is where we're still being very generic. And for me, this is one thing everybody in this room should live with. Okay? There is going to be what I call the niche-based AI. It is coming. It is happening already in some quarters, but you ought to be very, very intentional about it. And that's the big question to everyone. I'm happy that most of you are creatives, tech guys, business people, so this will help a whole lot. In the entertainment industry, there is going to be that stuff about AI, position on time. I will say that again. There is going to be that big stuff, that big boom about AI, position. The signs are that people can now do movies using AI, that people can now generate scripts, powerful scripts using AI. Those are the signs. More things are coming. So for you, just like Ini said, are you sure that you're going to need 15, 20 people working in your production facility for movies and all of that? You have to be able to position on time. All right? The same thing with sports. The same thing with sports. You're going to see the niche-based AI. So you're going to see people in the sports industry who focus as to how can we use AI? Reporting. Is it just going to be me all the time watching the games and then create the analysis, call people to come and record us, or there is something more that can be done and done very fast, okay? Designs. So recently, and I don't mean to offend any designer in the house, graphics designers, product designers as well. I have a couple of them at the hub, so they know I have a lot of respect for them. But here's the thing. You'll be missing it if all you're doing right now is getting all emotional, and then you put up a picture and you tell people, they say they want to take the job of designer. Is it with this kind of flyer? You're missing it. You don't know what's coming. You're comparing what you're doing with someone who does not understand prompts. What you should do now is to ask yourself as a designer, how can I position properly and be the one rolling out those tools, rolling out those concepts? How can I be the one that can actually be in the rooms where we can decide what happens? You can't help it. You can't help it. I'm happy the guys from Tiny Pitch AI is here. Tiny Pitch is a graphic design AI assistant tool. You need to go check it out. Go to their discovery button and then see the amazing designs people are doing with just AI. And guess what? The lovable, the Netlify AI function that you can use to build websites today, Gemini and all of those. The idea is, before now, we had something like Google Sites that you could just go use their templates and do stuff. What's happening is that they are going to improve on it. Most of the platforms we had 2-3 months ago to build websites as fast as possible, they didn't have functionalities to help you host it, help you put up stuff. But Netlify is doing something amazing now. They're giving you options to be able to select your domain name, do this, and that, and you're up. They're giving you the opportunity. You learn how to use Firebase, position a couple of stuff, and you're good to go. So the idea will not be for you trying to fight it. Oh, they say AI is coming. No. The idea will be, see, the AI is there. How is it going to affect me? And what do I need to start doing, for example, as a designer? And then you must also understand now that as a designer, I'm using that as an example, that is now going to go beyond telling people I'm a graphic designer. You have to now pay attention to branding. You have to pay attention to branding, human behavior, those things that will need you as a human being with graphics design and branding idea to still be relevant, and coupled with the fact that you know how to use AI tools. Most of your design products, most of them are integrating AI to make it a whole lot better. Then EdTech. EdTech is one place that is very interesting. People want to learn stuff. You can create courses. It's going to actually shape what's going to happen in the next 12 months. People will have access to things a whole lot faster in industries you never imagined, like construction. You're going to have well-packaged stuff that's going to help people in those areas. So this could also help you if you want to grow. And how could I forget about marketing? Marketing is very powerful. I mean, it's the soul of business, right? And the way marketing is being done is gradually changing. And let me paint this picture for you. If there is something for us to buy outside, let's say at 20,000 naira, and we all agree here we're going to buy that stuff, like each person, I can challenge us that 80% of us, if not more, don't have physical cash, 20,000 naira in your pocket. Your first option when you get there will be, can I make a transfer? Just ask yourself, how did we get here this fast that you can literally just leave your house without a dime? You can just say, I'm going to shop. I want to go and shop. And you're just going out with your smartphone, not even with 100 naira. The same way we got there, you should just know that we're moving to something else and it's going to happen. But it's just going to be, how much have I positioned there? Please, let's move. And I think that should be my last slide. Okay, so now let me mention this very quickly. The general idea of the concept as to where we are now with AI will boil down to these few things I want to wrap up with. Number one is learning. Please, I'm challenging you. Go back and learn. Move away a little bit, just a little bit from the noise. You've heard enough of it, so just move up. Number two is change from consumption to production. Don't be that guy that consumes AI alone. Don't get excited alone because you're watching an AI-generated movie or an AI-generated image or stuff. No. You have to move into production. And number three, you have to find out for you, like for you as an individual, what do you need AI for? And number four, be very money conscious. People are positioning and they're going to make a whole lot of money. How long is taking young people to make ₦1,000,000 now is going to change, and it's changing, but it's going to change even more in the next 6 months, 1 year. They're going to be able to make it a whole lot faster. Prepare as well. There will be certain restrictions that might not favor Africa. So you also need to prepare for that as much as possible. All right. There are some AI tools already that are already shutting down. They're shutting out Africa from all of those things. And then finally, you will need money. Most of the AI tools that we mentioned, use this, use that, most of them, you would need money to be able to access them. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.